Welcome to the stream. Hi everybody, welcome to today's stream. How is everybody? Let me know how the audio is and the streaming quality. Yeah, YouTube ads, it's a pain in the beep. Welcome to the stream. Who's here today? How is everybody? So today we're going to look at FL Studio 21 and talk a little bit and take a look at the Zebra 2 Legacy Edition. Because among all the Black Week and Black Friday deals, I believe that maybe we can have a little bit of background music. Hi there, Henrik. Hi there, Les Fuller. New. Leia, welcome. Russian mate. Hi, it's Realize. Yeah, I guess it's realized. So we are listening to my track Cambodia in the background here. We're just going to make sure that we let some people into the stream before we get started here. Deja Vu. Yeah, welcome to the channel if you're new to my stuff here. You probably read in the title that I'm doing giveaways today, and that's totally right. So there's a link here in the live chat to my Instagram post. And if you follow me on Instagram and write some nice feedback on that post, on that link, you will participate in today's giveaway. So we have 2 giveaways today. And one of them is... Tack Mimmi. And one of them is Gullfoss. So one of you will be lucky to go away from the stream with a copy of Gullfoss, a license of Gullfoss. And the second giveaway is a copy of my masterclass, the Bitwig Studio masterclass. So we have two giveaways today. So make sure you go to the post. If you can't find the link, let me know in the live chat here, and I'll post it again. And the link is, let's see if I can post it again here. Welcome Starmaze, good to hear you, good to see you. It was a nice mix that you sent me. 10% better, great work. So follow me on Instagram and write something, anything. Eldercraft, yeah, I hope you will win too. That would be awesome. Hi there, Cry, good to see you again. Welcome. 3D Things, good to see you. Fabian, welcome to the live stream. So I guess we can begin. Gautam Singh, hi, welcome. Oh, from India, awesome, awesome. I'm good, thanks. How are you? Right, so let's dive into to take a look at the FL Studio 21. I'm just gonna make sure that you hear the audio from the DAW too. So today I actually got two cameras set up. So we have this front camera, and I also have a little camera here towards the keyboard. I usually only have one camera for the live streams, but today we can be a little experimental. New abnormal. You're wondering what M2 gives, which is different from the M1. Panagopi, welcome, hi. Today I am streaming from my M1 Max 32 gigs computer, and basically M2 will give you like the double in the available amount of memory and bandwidth, I guess. But I think that the M1 Max here already is a super capable machine, which I've been using now for about a year, I think. And the year before that, I was using the first generation of M1 Apple Silicon computers, and I was like blown away from the form factor on that first generation of M1s, because it was like a 13-inch computer with very good performance, especially for such a small and compact package. So I can highly recommend the M1 generation, even if they have the M2 generation released. But at the moment I think I'm running this in the FL Studio 21 in x86 mode. So I'm not running in Apple Silicon mode, because I was going to play a little song here, which actually required me to run in compatible mode. But maybe I should restart and go into full mode. So, anyways, this is FL Studio 21, and from the first glance you can see that it's a totally different like color scheme here. And I think that's the like main feature of the latest FL Studio update. The 21 isn't actually released yet. I think they're going to release it with some keyboard, like in a package. But you can download the release candidate, and basically from release candidate to final like official release, there's only going to be like minor like bug fixes and stuff. So it's basically going to be like the same version as the one we're running here today. Maybe some bug fixes, but it's basically going to be the same. So where do we find the themes? We go into options and the theme settings here. So you can see here we have the good old trusty default theme, and then they have a bunch of other themes which are quite nice. We have the dark orange theme, the dark theme. But the thing is, for me, with these like uber dark and quite where they have a very large contrast, I think it's a little bit harder on the eyes. Like if we select this one, the ultra green here, it's like too much contrast, and I guess if you work in this mode for long hours, you're going to be pretty tired in the eyes. So this is, like I said, this is the FL Studio 21 release candidate. I think we can read that if you go to the about here, help and about, we should be able to read that. 21.0. Right, so it doesn't say release candidate, but I downloaded it from their like support page. Let's see here. Yeah, you can find it in the forums. So they haven't actually set the release dates yet. As you can see here, it says XX 2022, so they haven't really set the release date yet, but you can still grab it via their support or community channel. So the major new update is this theme, our miscellaneous themes. So we can change the look of FL Studio. But as I mentioned, I think that this is a little bit too contrasty theme. I actually like one of these more like less contrasty themes. And the default theme is actually quite good on the eyes. And if we compare like the default theme or this like the dark orange here with the ultra green, you can also see that the ultra green theme here converts all these titles to the left here to one and the same color. So if you're used to working in like the default mode, it's actually pretty fast to find a specific thing. Maybe you're looking for plugin presets or things like that, and you have them in pink over here, so it's or purple. It's pretty easy to find them pretty quickly just by looking at the colors. The same thing with the packs here. Just look for the blue, the light grayish blue, iron gray kind of color, and then you can find the sound packs. But that's not going to be the case if you're in the ultra green mode here. It's just going to be the same color for these. So one thing to keep in mind with that is it's going to be a little bit harder to just find the things that you're used to as quickly as before. Right, and these other themes, like the light cherry and light fruit, light pear here, I think these are... starts to look like some old tracker from the Amiga and Atari days. So you might like that, or I'd like the citrus theme here, but I'm probably going to work in the dark orange area, or just in the dark mode here, but maybe reduce the contrast a little. So it's a little bit more like the first theme here. But that's a nice addition, I think, to FL Studio, to be able to have and create your own themes and to tailor the look of the DAW to your specific needs. So that's a little bit of noodling I was doing before we started the stream. Light pear theme looks like uTorrent. Yeah, absolutely. It's not very nice. Aries Buin Vicious. It's a little bit hard to pronounce some of your names here, but I hope I got it somewhat right. Yeah, I believe that I'm fully recovered from that COVID hit. It actually feels much better these days. Right, so that was the themes. Now another big thing here in the new version is that they added tags and the ability to favorize different parts of the browser. So that's extremely useful, because maybe you like some specific drums in here. So say I like this kick 31, but I just don't want to search for that every time. Now we can just right click and add a tag. So there are some predefined tags when you boot FL21 for the first time. So we have AU hats. Oh, hats, that's actually my custom tag. But plugin VST, VST3. And you can of course edit the tags and add your own tags. So let's add a tag here for kicks. So let's just select kicks. And now you can always go down here to the bottom of the screen. Press the tags and press any or many of these. So hats, I have a hi-hat in there. and the kicks. So we have that kick. So that makes it quite fast to find your files. Sharva, good to have you on board then. Yeah, I usually don't stream that much. It happens occasionally because obviously it's a very busy days producing music and working on apps and stuff that I do. But occasionally I have time to do these live streams. But most often I focus on creating the videos. But it's so much fun to do these live streams, especially when there's interesting products to review or giveaways to run giveaways. Do you know if they did any improvements to the plugin manager? Well, I actually booted the plugin manager to add the new Zebra plugin to FL Studio here, but I didn't see any specific new things there, I believe. Let's just go here and go to more plugins and see if there's some difference. I think it basically looks the same. Are there any new options in here? Just going to make sure that I have the plugins that we need today activated. So GateLab Trash 2. Tons of Kilohertz plugins. And if you didn't know it, Kilohertz has a huge set of free plugins that's actually super useful. I mean, the Kilohertz limiter, this one, is a free plugin. And they have like a whole page of a whole suite of great plugins. So I highly recommend you go and check out the Kilohertz suite of free plugins. I think they're also doing Black Friday deal like all the other companies are doing, including me. So as I mentioned, we have the Bitwig Masterclass as a giveaway today. And if you're not a lucky winner and you don't have the Bitwig Masterclass yet, you can always grab a Bitwig Masterclass for like 50% off at the moment at my web store. And there's also some other like nice packages like the Omega Vital Preset Pack and Neptune if you're running Logic, and the Found Sounds package. And you can see here it's 50% of regular price. So 50 euros for the Bitwig Masterclass. Right, so let's see here. I was doing some little drumming here. Yeah, this with plugins and sorting stuff, it's always a hassle. But now with the tags here, we can always go to the plugin database, go to like installed generators, VST3, and here we can say like, oh, I like Diva, so let's add a tag to favorite synths. And then let's add a couple of these into the favorite synthesizers, Omnisphere, obviously. So where did that tag go? Maybe I couldn't have a space in the name, let's see. Add tag, fav, synths. Like that. Okay. Maybe there's a limitation on the letters. Synths, not dynts. Synths. Weird. Any all. So if I select something else then, let's say this ping add tag. Weird, now it's added. So maybe there's some glitch. But yeah, I was going to add a plugin to the synths category. So let's add Diva to the synths. And add Omnisphere 2. And Zebra. The dark Zebra version. So now we should be able to find these if we just go close down these and go to tags and press synths. So now you have them like your favorite synths here quite quickly if you need to access them. So I think that like solves finding the favorite synths anyways. Right, so we have the Zebra, the dark Zebra loaded here. And as I mentioned in the beginning here that Yuhi just combined like all the packages for Zebra 2, all the sound packs that they released for the past years. I think it's like 20 sound packs. So now you can grab Zebra plus Zebra 2 plus all the sound packs for like 99 euros, I think. So it's a very nice nice price for that package. And if you already had Zebra 2 since before, I think you can just go ahead and download the dark Zebra and the new Zebra Legacy Pack. So it's not this is not the new Zebra, this is just the dark Zebra, which is like an extended version of the regular Zebra 2 sound engine. So you can see at the bottom here we have the voltage controls filters from Diva, and you have some other kind of modulator sections, and you also have 4 separate compressors, which isn't available on the regular version of Zebra. So let's go through some of these patches. So these are actually sounds that were used in Batman the Dark Knight, if you ever watched that movie. Some of you probably did. So there's going to be a few experimental sounds in here, as well as like sound design patches. So we can go to the presets folder, and you can see all the banks here that's included with the new Zebra Legacy Edition. So it's a really nice price for such a powerful synthesizer. And I should mention that I've been using Zebra since like the dawn of the plugin, and used it on numerous game scores and short films and commercial projects. It's like my workhorse. Really love the design here of the user interface, especially that you have this like minimap in the middle here, like minimap from Zelda or from some other games. So you have a good overview of like your synthesis. So we can see that all the oscillators here are going in serial into the noise, then into the Diva filter, and into a second filter here. Then they're mixed, so we split the signal here. And one is going through an additional filter here. And then you obviously have like full control of all these modules. So it's basically like a modular synthesizer, but with a very good overview of the signal flow. So I believe that even today it's like hard to beat the design of the workflow here in Zebra. It might look a little bit of intimidating at the start, but it's actually a very intuitive user interface, especially since they added like a larger editor for the multi-segments generators. So we can open an editor here and start to edit in a much more refined editor. So it's actually super useful because in the past, in the original Zebra versions, the old versions, you had to use this little small window at the bottom here to design your envelopes. So that's a great addition. The same thing when you're designing your wavetables or your oscillators. You can always open the editor here and have a much more refined view of your oscillator. We just created the burp of doom. Les Fuller, yeah, it's always hard to when you look at the prices of synths, but I believe that I mean, I paid the full price back in the day. I think it was 179 or even 225. I can't remember. It was something there in between. But it's as I mentioned, it's an extremely powerful synthesizer. So let's dive in some more presets. You probably recognize some of these from Batman. So that was an encoding. So now the good thing about Zebra also is that you can easily learn synthesis by fiddling with this plugin. I actually think that I learned most of the synthesis that I know today just by fooling around and playing around with Zebra. Because if we look at a quite semi-complex patch like this, and we want to figure out how this patch is put together, you can always deactivate some of these modules here and just begin by looking at the raw oscillators. Okay, how is the oscillator designed? Then when you're satisfied with or learning from the oscillator, you can go ahead and look at the filter. So what's okay, we have like a low pass vintage filter here. The cutoff is around here, okay. So, and then we're adding some noise, splitting the signal, etc. So it's quite easy to learn from Zebra 2. So you can just double click on the modules here, and bam, bam. Now we have just the oscillator 1 and this FM oscillator. You're obviously hearing some effects too, so if you go to the global page here, these are all different pages, sub-pages of the synthesizer. And in the global effects, you have the same thing here. You have another little minimap, and in this minimap we can see that there's like a mix module, a reverb module, delay module, a resonator filter, and also an equalizer on top there. So now the thing we're hearing here is just the oscillator 1 and the frequency modulator here, the FM synth oscillator, and we can deactivate that one. So now we're just hearing the oscillator 1. So here there's some nice like pitch vibrato happening here, and that's caused by the vibrato here. So if you want to find out now what is the oscillator 1 doing, we can just go to the oscillator page here. Okay, so it's a sawtooth pulse, and the waveform looks like this. So it's like a pulse wave modulation, so it's a little bit thinner than the full square wave. And we can see that it's using a single oscillator. In Zebra you can switch this to dual oscillators, quad oscillators, and even 11 oscillators. So let's select 11 oscillators and see what happens. So now it's a whole bunch of 11 oscillators happening at the same time, all detuned and vibrating a little bit. So it's super easy, as I said, to learn synthesis by fiddling around and fooling around here with Zebra. Now it's a really thin oscillator. So you can do like a simple wave scanning in Zebra. It's not as complex as the wave scanning that you can do within a Serum or Vital or the more like recent plugins, but you can do a whole lot of stuff with Zebra's oscillators too. So let's go in here. This is the geomorph oscillator. We can select like spectral blend, and with this this is actually super useful for creating subbasses. With this you can open the editor and we can just select to have one single sine wave. So now it's a quite long long envelope, long attack to the envelope. So now you instantly get more like stereo width if you add a dual oscillator. But it's basically using this oscillator and the tuning and panning. So with the wave here we can select which of the windows here in the wave scanning here we want to use. And then you can blend and match. So if you create like one waveform in oscillator window 1, you go to window 16 and create a totally different like waveform. You can right click and select morph, and now Zebra will create a morphing between those two waves. Now if you start to stack up effects and stuff, this will instantly become more interesting. Sorry for the playing. So now with the filter you also have a very soft, like super soft sound. So I can't recommend the Zebra synth here enough, especially if you're new to synthesis and want to learn synthesis. And if you're a more advanced like sound designer, this is a super capable instrument. Hi there, Alan M. Welcome to the live stream. And now further we want to learn, okay, how's the filter designed in this patch? In this patch, not patched. So we just select this module. You can see that if I select one of these modules, you can see a little blue line around the module. So we know that that's the module that we have selected or active at the moment. So now we can look at this filter. Okay, it's the low pass vintage 2. We can see that the cutoff here is modulated by or affected by the multi-segment envelope generator. And if we go to the page for the multi-segment envelope generator, we can see that it's the filter is controlled by this curve. And when you play something, you can also see the playhead here going through this envelope. So you can see that it's swelling into the filter or opening the filter. And we can just exaggerate this a little bit. So now it's almost like a sitar kind of sound. And then when you're satisfied with the patch, you can always just save it. Matte sitar, soft sitar. Just like that. And in the past, Zebra was known for creating like soft sounds to complement like the virus, the more upfront and harsh like virus synths. But that quickly changed when they added some like grit distortions. And you have a ton of like wave shapers that are extremely capable of roughing up your sound, so you can select different drive modes like T-drive, crush, wedge. And of course you have like distortion modules too, with tube distortions. And all the modules here in the Zebra are extremely good quality. So it's not just like a tossed together a shitty reverb or a shit distortion. It's always very good quality in all the modules. A chip to that. So you're probably going to find, if you're like working on a track and you're searching for inspiring sounds, it's going to be a shitload of presets to like get inspired from in the Zebra package. So let's go back to the Dark Zebra here, because I feel there's a whole bunch of fun patches to really show off the Zebra synth engine. And it also sounds like super analog. It's a really great sound engine. Let's put that to channel 6. And add a little bit of Maximus. So drive up the signal a little bit so it's easier to hear through the stream. That's like an instant film music patch right there. Super useful and super versatile. You can like score an action scene just with one patch here from the Dark Zebra. So, Carlos Javier, hi there, welcome. So you're asking, how does Zebra perform on M1 with other AU VST in composition? So now I'm running FL Studio here in compatible Apple Rosetta mode, because I was going to showcase a little track that's only able to play in like the compatible mode. But I can switch, we can just listen to this little composition, and then we will switch to the Apple Silicon version. So we can actually see how it performs, because Zebra is also compatible with M1. And some of you might have heard this track in some of my M1 videos. This is not a finished track, but I've yet to finish this track. It's been long overdue. Thank you, Bill. Right, so there you could see the performance of running this is like a typical composition with the typical amount of tracks too. I might add 3-4 vocal tracks on top of this maybe, but in general this is typically how a typical arrangement in this kind of genre looks for me. And if we had a look at the plug-in performance monitor while playing back this track, you could see that it was mostly like Serum in the beginning and Vital that's topped the percentage of usage. So I think this is a great example to run to showcase the power of the M1 technology. And also bear in mind that this is running in compatible mode. That means it's running in Rosetta mode. So this is not native Apple Silicon code. It's translated code. So if I was to load this project in the real Apple M1 mode, you would probably get more performance out of this. But now I can't load it because some of these plugins require that I run in compatible mode. Sadly, I might need to move this with stems or something and load it in the real M1 mode. But as you can see, I think this is a good pinpoint to see what kind of performance you could get out of the M1 computers. And also keep in mind that I'm streaming at the same time, and we all know how much performance applications like OBS and other live streaming software taxes the computer. So it's a really good performance as we're running live streaming on the same computer as playing back the music. So if some of you want me to do a full track breakdown video of this track and talk more about creating the different sounds for and creating this kind of track, I could do that. Just let me know in the comments. Henrik Juhl, thank you. Glad you enjoyed the track. I really hope that you're going to do similar producing in a Logic 1075. Yeah, I am doing a Logic Pro course, so you might see something pop up in similar genres. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the track, the demo track. But let's now switch door. Not switch door, but let's exit this project. No, I don't want to save it. And we will go to the application folder and make sure we're running. If you want to change the mode between the compatible mode and Apple Rosetta mode, Rosetta translation mode, you can right-click the application and select Get Info. And here you can see that I opened this app in Rosetta mode. That means that it's not the optimal. You're not going to get the optimal performance. But now, as I turn this off and we run this, we will get the optimal performance. So now I'm running FL Studio 21 in full Apple Silicon compatible mode. As you can see, if you go into this the help screen here, or the about screen, you can see macOS Apple Silicon. Right, so now we're in full Silicon mode. Let's make use of the tags. And there we have the zebra. So it's a quick way of finding your plugins to make use of the new tags here in FL Studio 21. Right, so let's talk a little bit about the giveaway again, because I think we're like 50 minutes into the stream now. Fabian, I totally agree. I mean, there's always going to be downsides and upsides between all the different DAWs. As you probably know from my channel, I work in Bitwig Studio for a lot of my music, and Logic Pro for film scores and stuff. and then FL Studio for sound design projects and like these kind of like electronic tracks. And Logic has a downside that when you're in search of plugins, you always have to go to these lists and like search in the lists. It doesn't have a full like drag and drop system that you have here in FL Studio or Bitwig or Ableton. Or it's a little bit old on that side, but Logic has other upsides like a super great scoring editor. It has a super nice bundled sound library. And in Bitwig Studio you have the modulators. You don't need to say anything else. That I mean, it's just state-of-the-art, modern, super nice technology. And it's also very lightweight. The DAW works with the touch screens. Has a nice like split if you want to work with several screens. It's super easy to split out different things on different screens. Yeah, Carlos. Yeah, FL Studio definitely reminds you of like the old trackers, and I mean I grew up on fast trackers and on these old trackers, and it's a really nice like nostalgic jump back to those to that time. But I actually also like to work in FL Studio. The downside with working in FL Studio, albeit it's super quick to create like beats, since I mean it's preloaded with a drum already, so I can just, if I want to do some like drum and bass stuff, we can just. And then if you want to like switch a kick or something, we can just go to the kick here. Super easy. Press Control, press Alt and press the kick, and it instantly changes or swaps that kick. Same thing for the snare. So that's like the power of FL Studio, that it's super quick to get going to create the beats. But then again, when you're starting to record audio and starting to do automation, things kind of fall apart, and I feel it's a little bit hard to like know what automation clip that belongs to a specific like a MIDI clip or something. And that's like the downside, and also the power, because maybe you want to have one clip affect several. One automation clips affect several audio tracks, etc. But or several automations. But that's like the power of it. But the downside is that sometimes you don't know what things belong together. So that's a little bit of downside if you're not careful when you're planning your projects and like organizing your project. So it's the hassle with the FL Studio, or the power with the FL Studio, is the organization, I feel. Yeah, so we was looking at the Zebra, the dark Zebra here. Let's go to the presets again. Right, and I also want to remind you all here of the giveaway before we continue. So the thing is, you're going to go to this to my Instagram if you want to participate in the giveaway. I'm giving away one full version of Gullfoss, which is an extremely nice dynamic equalizer compressor to enhance your recordings. It's a super useful plugin to get nice sounds. And I'm also giving away one version of one license of the Bitbig Studio Masterclass. So let's see if I can swap the screen here. Second camera. So I'm going to post again the link here in the live stream chat. So go to this Instagram post link, write some nice feedback, follow me on Instagram, and you will participate in the giveaway for 1x of Gullfoss and 1x of Bitbig Studio Masterclass. So we're going to have two winners in the giveaway. So hurry, because we're just a few minutes away from announcing the winner. The Dark Zebra. Let's listen to some more presets. Many of the patches here responds nicely to the mod wheel too. So quite a like versatile patch, but I know it's like a sound design, but you could probably use it for like an ambient patch or an intro to your track or something. Now we have a Batman vibe again. By the way, did you guys check out the new Valhalla Shimmer reverb presets? They have new, I think it's 2 new reverb modes in Valhalla Shimmer. Valhalla Supermassive, sorry. So let's load up Valhalla Supermassive and just add that on top of this. So the Scorpio and Libra are the new reverb modes. It's absolutely sounding like a real analog synthesizer if you want it to, and it can also sound upfront. So let's go into some other folder, maybe the Traveler folder. So it's always inspiring patches, I think. I mean, whatever I load up here, there's always going to be a spark of inspiration in the patch. There's some really nice pads in this pack, Traveler pack. So now we're talking about some heavy effects routing here. There's like things going into a mixer here, back to a equalizer, back to a shaper, reverb, equalizer, into some filter, modulation effects like a chorus, then a shaper. So there's simple patches and there's like super complex patches in Zebra. This would probably sound nice if we add that supermassive. So it's not many synths that you're going to get this kind of. I mean, you feel the filter vibe in this patch. Let's look in stratospheres. This is probably going to be a pad pack too. A pack of pads. Just listen how clear the bells are in the sound. It's like a super clean sound. Right, so time for the first winner in the giveaway. So I'm just going to see if we have picked a winner for the Gullfoss giveaway. We need to add some sidechain to that. So we're going to send the kick, right-clicking on this track, and sidechain to this track. And now you can add something like fruity limiter, or we can add the fruity peak control. Or even better, let's see. It's a little bit hard to find the plugins here when you've been loading up and stacking up a whole bunch of stuff. Fruity filter, we could use the limiter. Fruity balance. Link to controller. Just a quick jam with Zebra patch. So yeah, it's a lot of movement in these sounds, and that's something that's super beautiful. So you don't have to add like movements with modulators and stuff. So there's a lot of possibilities in here. And this patch, as you can see, it's a quite simple patch. Oscillator 1, oscillator 2, and then a bunch of effects, of course, modulation effects. And yeah, I obviously added supermassive there for some extra delays. Right, so the first winner of the giveaway who wins one license of Gullfoss is Narcis Vojnikovic. Narcis Vojnikovic. It's a little bit hard to pronounce your name, but congratulations to the Gullfoss license. After the stream here, I will contact you on Instagram, and I will set you up with to get you that Gullfoss license. Welcome Mars Second Genesis. Hi there, welcome. Douglas Carmichael, welcome. Yeah, I'm not streaming too much or making too much videos about FL Studio, but I do use FL Studio Logic Pro, as you've probably seen in some of my videos, and yeah, obviously Bitwig Studio. But I do love different strengths in the DAWs. They all have different strengths. And now when ImageLine released FL21, I just had to take a look at it here and see what's new. I really like the new tag system here, so it's super easy to find like your favorite synths and favorized samplers. So it's a super quick workflow, and it actually helps if you have like large quantities of samples like we all do with like 4 different 400 terabytes drives of old samples from the 90s. The channel rack is both for one-shots and like you can see here, like sequences. So at the moment I have one pattern here. In FL Studio you work with patterns, and so in this pattern we have this little drum thing going on, and then you can drag out and like paint these patterns on your arrangement. So now if we play back this and set FL Studio to song mode, it will play back the arrangement. If it's in pattern mode, it will just play like the pattern that we have here, the pattern 1. So you can't see any progress in the arrangement timeline. But for that we need to set it into song playback mode. So there's the difference. You have the pattern playback mode and then the song arrangement, the arrangement playback mode. And now if I want to like create a second pattern with the synth things that I'm playing here, I need to create a new pattern, because if I start to record now, I will actually record into this pattern, the pattern with the drums, and you probably don't want to do that. So look, if I select record here, record here and press play, we can't hear anything. It was actually not recorded because I was doing like that, but we basically have to like create a new pattern and call this synth. And now we can of course paint this even if it's an empty pattern, but then we can record into this pattern. But I don't know if I have, yeah, it's only like currently only recording audio. You can set it to record notes. So now we can see that we have the notes here in the second clip, and then you can like move around these little clips and have them like all over the place. So as I said, that's like the strength and the downside of FL Studio, because we can place, you can see in another DAW, track 1 would be basically track 1. Nothing else would exist on that single track, but here in FL Studio you can actually place the synth here on the same track as your drums if you want to. And then we can just overlap with the drums here. So now we have like overlapping clips here. So that's the strength and the downside. Right, so the second winner of today's giveaway is another hard name, of course, Eddie Vargulish. Congratulations to the Bitwig Studio Masterclass. Now, if you somehow don't have a Bitwig Studio, you can always just send me a PM and you can select another sound pack from my store, from my web store. Bill Smith, yes, FL Studio 21 is still, it's not beta, this is a release candidate, so I guess not much will change between this version that I'm running here and the final release, because if we look at like the online manual for FL Studio, you can see FL Studio 21, and then release date, it says XX 2022, so I guess they're going to release it like any day now. Right, guys, so we announced the 2 winners. Don't forget to press the like button on this live stream, and also write some nice comments if you liked the streams that we're doing here. I actually plan on making more streams and more regular. I always say that, but I intend on doing more regular streams, and of course we're going to do more giveaways and probably more bigger giveaways too. Yeah, it's hiding in the forums. Just go to Google and search FL Studio 21, download, and you will probably find it. So that's a little quick look at how you work and record in FL Studio. Okay, they also changed, because previously, in the previous version, you couldn't use like Command C and Command Shift, Command Alt C, I think. But now you can use it to go forward and backwards in the undo history. Let's just listen to some more patches here. You could always activate the arpeggiator, of course. It's a little bit hard to play this kind of arpeggios. You can always go to Global Effects, go to Arpeggiator. So now we're in FM territory. if you're into that kind of sounds. There's actually a very nice, also the reverb and the delays in Zebra. Really nice effects. Let's just delete that. It's a fun little bass sound. Granular beauty. So now we have the sounds that I really like. I really enjoy, like granular sounds. Let's just get rid of that and record a pass of this instead. Hello. Now we can add a second Zebra. The dark Zebra. Trying to find like a complementary sound to that. So with just the two sounds we can actually create a quite nice composition. Let's just send that to a mix track and add a lush of blush of Valhalla Supermassive on top of that too, with that new Scorpio. Make a lot of feedback. Yeah. Yeah, some really nice sounds there in Zebra 2 with a little bit of Supermassive. Okay, so I'm going to read up on the comments here. You mentioned M1, M2. Do you have an M2 MacBook Air Pro? No, as I mentioned earlier here in the live stream, I'm still using the M1 Max 32 gigs version, and it's a super capable computer. If you look back at earlier here in the live stream, I actually showcased one of my typical melodic dubstep / future-based tracks, a typical project running on FL Studio 21, but also in Rosetta mode, and you could see like the performance. And it's worth mentioning that I'm also live streaming from this same computer, so it's extremely great performance already in the M1 Max. And with the M1 or the M2, you just get like the double amount of bandwidth, I think, then, and you can get more RAM in it, but and a little bit of more cores, obviously, but you're still going to see almost like the same performance. The M1 Max is a very nice computer for music production. So if I just play a chord here, we can see the taxing on FL Studio, or the taxing on the CPU. And remember, this is the Dark Zebra patches, so it's probably going to be using, let's see, no, it's not using that, just this specific patch isn't using that many like complex filters and stuff, because you can use like the Diva filters here, and it's going to be start to go taxing your CPU a lot more, because they're quite demanding filters, the Diva filters. But on the other end, they are very like analog sounding, extremely high fidelity and high definition sounds. So now I know we have the reverb on, but it's a quite good kick. Now you're obviously hearing the tic-tacs here from the keyboard, but it's a quite nice kick. So again, I highly recommend you to go and check out the Zebra Legacy pack here, especially since you get both Zebra 2, the Dark Zebra, and all these highly detailed sound packs for just like 99 euros or $99. Douglas Carmichael, I love the water piano sound. I have Zebra 2. Do I need a legacy package? If you already bought Zebra 2 like previously, I don't know if you bought it a few years back maybe, then you can always go to UE website and just download the Zebra Legacy pack for free, I think. At least I owned the Zebra 2 since before, and also Diva, but I could download the Legacy pack for free. And I think you're also You can also grab Zebra 3 when it's out for just a discount price. So I highly recommend it to go and grab the Legacy pack, because you get the Dark Zebra, which includes the Diva filters and like more compression options in Zebra, and also get this nice versatile sound packs, and also like the Dark Zebra presets. So it's a super useful preset bank. Yeah, so I definitely recommend that you go to Yuhi website, log into your account, and see if you can download the Legacy pack. Some snare drums. So there's extremely good sound design in many of these patches. Let's double this up, make it twice as long, add a new pattern, call it ARP. It's a little bit hard in this mode to see when you have the recorder activated and when it's deactivated. It's a slight change in the red here and in the gray in the background. Okay, I need to re-record that. Just discard that recording and re-record. And then we can record a little lead on top of that, maybe, with the OP1, the OP-dopey. Let's just activate the input here on track 3, maybe, track mode, audio track. Need to select the inputs. So I have the OP1 synth here connected to a blue box for the effects. And with that, my friends, it's time to end tonight's stream. I hope you had a nice time, and definitely go and check out FL Studio 21 if you have a license of FL Studio. And also check up on the Zebra Legacy Pack, because as you heard, wonderful sounds in a wonderful pack. Can't recommend it enough. Right, so congratulations to the winners of today's giveaway for a license of Gullfoss and a license of the Bitwig Studio Masterclass. Big thank you to everyone who participated in the live stream. Hope you had a nice time. Thank you, Bill. Congratulations to Narci Vonjevic and Eddie Vargulic. Big thanks, and big thanks for subscribing to my Instagram. Good to have you, Starmates. Good to have you. Always a pleasure. And thanks for that one-to-one video session that we did. So I'm going to close down for tonight and wish you all a happy Sunday or Saturday or what it is at your time zone. Yeah, thanks a lot. Henrik Juhl asked if I still compose game music. Not that much as I did a few years back. Now I focus on this YouTube channel and my courses, teaching material. It's like occupying all my time, so not much of composing for games. I still do like 1 or 2 projects here and there if it's interesting projects and I do have the time, but mostly I'm occupied with the videos and creating content for my channel and my company, morningdewmedia. Again, I do also have a Black Friday sale like every other company, so I'm having 50% on the Bitwig Studio Masterclass, the Vital Presets pack, all the preset packs and sound packs at my web store. So if you're interested in grabbing some nice sounds, make sure to check out my Bitwig Studio Masterclass, the Omega Vital packs here, the Neptune Alchemy preset packs, and we have a whole bunch of different packs on my store.morningdewmedia.com. So I don't think you can see my page at the moment. Now you should be able to see it. So if you want to enroll to the Bitwig Studio Masterclass, now is a great time because the price is only 48.5 euros. Regular price is 97 euros. And you can see all the other sound packs here are at 50%. And this is only like a Black Friday deal, or a Black Weekend deal. So make sure to hurry up and grab some of the packs here. And you do support my work here on YouTube, so I can make more live streams, more great content and tailored to you. Again, thanks for joining up on the live stream tonight. I hope you have a nice weekend and see you in the next video. Bye. Let's end with a little jam again. It's just so fun.
Thank you.